This is V81 Radio Worldwide. Almighty God, grant us the courage of Jesus Christ, your Son, to face the coronavirus pandemic with trust, strength, compassion, and resiliency. The grace of the Holy Spirit to free us from fear and anxiety so we may do actions of help and support and look forward to our healing with hope. We pray for the health workers, food liners, maintenance cleaners, logistics abler, government leaders, and volunteers who continuously come together to deliver our daily needs to survive. Guide us from this time of crisis. Preserve us in peace. Protect the weak and vulnerable and those who serve the society during this pandemic. This we ask and pray in Jesus' name, our Savior. Amen. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kantang tatak Pinoy. Kahit nasan ka man, kami ay mapapakinggan. Streaming worldwide, the future of radio in Manila, California, and Hong Kong. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. Ito na ang programang tutulong sa mga startups sa Pilipinas. Startup Nation! Magbibigay ng mga patnubay at gabay at magsisilbing tulay sa mga importanteng tao para isang startup ay magtagumpay. Startup Nation! Pinangungunahan ng mga taong puno ng karanasan sa mundo ng startup, akademya at negosyo. Winner B at Dr. D at ang muka at boses ng mga millennials si Chris Taker. Startup Nation! Startup Nation! Tuwing linggo, 10 a.m. Philippine Time. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ayan, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Kami po ang Startup Nation. Kayo po ay nanonood dito sa V81 Radio globally. Naririnig po kami sa mga live stream namin sa Facebook, YouTube, at aming pong website. Ayan, maraming salamat po sa mga sumusubaybay. At siyempre, kasama ko ang aking mga partners, Dr. D and Chris Tager. Nandiyan na ba sila?
Hello.
Ayan. Hello,
Hi.
Good morning, partners.
Good morning, partner.
Happy time.
Yeah, I thought
Okay, so hi, Chris Taker. How are you today?
I'm doing great today.
All right. So
Very
in behalf,
exciting.
so in behalf of course, Startup Nation, I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening po to all our viewers worldwide. Most especially to our aspiring startups and our current startups as well, no? Alam mo, Chris Taker, today is one of my favorite topics. Kasi I also have graduated with a degree in accounting, no? Gusto mo ba yung topic na yun? Are you a numbers person, Chris Taker?
Absolutely. I'm actually a scientist, so I love numbers, and I'm
That's
taking my doctorate degree also, but in medicine.
That's wonderful. So I love our team here because we are so diverse, and indeed we can inspire many. So especially for you, because you can definitely inspire a lot of millennials as the voice of the millennials. So they need people to look up to. For our topic today, let me just share that accounting focuses on the day-to-day flow, because our topic today is on accounting and finance. So hi, Winner B.
I'm back.
Oh, I was just, we were just talking to Chris Taker about the numbers, no? So I'd like to ask you, Winner B, you could give us something about our topic today. So may konting tech problems lang si Winner B. So anyway, for the benefit of our audience, today is exciting because if you remember, from the previous 6 episodes, we started with ideation. That's you having a concept in your mind. And then we proceeded to the second episode, that's on market research, wherein you get to know your target market or your consumers and how to work on your product or service. Because a business is not just about a product or a service. It can be one of them or both of them. All right. But customer is king. That's why it's important to know your market very well. Then we move to prototyping, wherein, ayan na, you already know your market, you already have an idea, but then, will they really accept your product or service? So, pag service kasi yan, lalo na sa mga apps, they call this beta, okay? And then, for those naman who have products, they do a lot of testing, okay? Siguro the easiest example would be on food, perhaps, no? Kasi, isipin mo, di ba, Chris Taker, nagluluto ka, tapos gusto mong maka-perfect ng isang dish, you'll have to test and test. And remember that when you do this, you don't just test by yourself kasi biased yun. You have to really test with the market, yung target market mo, no? Others nga, they go through focus group discussions para at least makita talaga nila yung iba-ibang concerns ng market nila. Okay, so our 4th episode, we had fundraising. So dito, we met angel investors. And Chris Taker, nakakatuwa, di ba? Kasi from the word angel investors pa lang, angels talaga sila. Because if you prove your concept to be viable, you do a pitch, for example, they may fund you. And most often they do. All right? And then, 5th episode, we did registration. We're in, syempre, ayan na lahat. You're ready, you have the funds. But how can you actually operate kung wala kayong legalization? So we had our guests talk about legalizing the business, that is registering them depending on the type of business, be it a sole proprietorship, a partnership, or a corporation. And last time, we had operations, diba? Wherein our guests were also as great as you are, Winner B, diba, also, because they are engineers. Nasa technical side naman sila. So, they shared about running the business, depending syempre to sa nature, ang operations. Because remember, we have different business industries. And what I remember now from our last discussion was how they shared their stories in relation to COVID-19. Because I remember also, we had a special segment, kasi matagal tayo nawala, Chris Taker. And syempre, with this COVID-19, we also had to repurpose ourselves or remind ourselves of the new normal. So that's the reason why when we had our next set of episodes, and we see that mostly in operations, we saw that these entrepreneurs had to reassess or repurpose and refocus on their clients, employees, and also go back to basics. Kasi para tayo back to zero no? So yun, Chris Taker, what do you think pala from the previous episodes that you experienced? What was something that really blowed your mind off? Yan.
I think, especially with the last one we had with the hotel management, I was just blown away by how they helped with fighting the pandemic by giving frontliners a place that they can stay, not worry about infecting their families when they come back from the hospital. I thought that was a very, very keen insight into how businesses can help play a role, even in global health. So it was a very, very worthwhile endeavor, and I learned a lot. Also.
Yeah, same here, especially since you are really into sustainability, right? Your efforts are into that, so that's pretty much amazing. So I think Winner B is back, and of course, before anything else, hi Winner B. So we were just discussing, yung flow ng ating episode since the first ever ideation. Nagre-reminisce kami dito para at least we can remind our viewers on how all of this is connected to our topic now. But of course,
partner.
Before anything, kulang pa tayo, tatlo lang tayo. So I'd like to call on our student co-host, Alliah Marj Medallo.
Yes.
And she is an accountancy student from Chiang Kai-shek College. Alliah?
Wow.
Hi. Wow. Hello. Yan.
Hello, welcome, Alliah.
And Winner B
na tayo.
Winner B?
Pasensya na kayo, talagang hindi nakikisamang internet ko today.
Ganun talaga sa new normal.
So, I think ito yung mga considerations natin sa new normal. Kailangan ayusin talaga yung connection natin sa mga bahay-bahay at opisina, no? Welcome, Alliah. Welcome to Startup Nation. As you know, guys, every episode natin, meron tayong invited na student co-host na coming from different universities in the Philippines. Ang reason po nito, mga partners, ay para itawid yung mga discussion natin sa mga millennials na alam naman natin the biggest market of today. Ayan. Dr. D, ang ganda ng paliwanag mo kanina, no? Na-explain na natin sa mga partners natin, sa mga nanonood, sa mga audience po natin kung bakit dinidiscuss natin yung bawat life cycle ng startup. As you know, pinaliwanag nga ni Dr. D, partners, yung importansya nung pag-intindi natin sa buong life cycle ng mga startups. And bawat stage ng life cycle, meron niya mga tips na binibigay ang show natin sa mga nakikinig sa atin. Ngayon, ang show natin ay tungkol sa accounting and finance. Dr. D, favorite mo to, I know. Kasi si Dr. D guys, partners ay isang graduate ng accounting yan, no? mahirap na course ang accounting, alam naman natin, lalo na dun sa mga hindi masyadong mahilig sa numbers. But sa mundo po ng startups, ay importanteng malaman natin ang mga accounting principles, accounting procedures, mga legalities. Dahil ang pagiging startup ay pagtatayo ng isang legal entity, kumbaga, sa ating bansa. So, covered tayo o sakop tayo ng mga certain laws or mandates from the government na kailangan natin i-comply. So may mga dapat tayong mga papeles o documents na kailangan sinasabit on a periodical basis na kailangan natin maintindihan today. Hindi porket startup tayo, lulusot na tayo sa ganun eh. Kumbaga, importante po na sumusunod tayo o nako-comply tayo whether you're a startup or a big corporation. Importante po na habang maliit pa lang tayo yung ating negosyo, yung ating startup, matuto na tayo mag-comply dito sa mga government regulations na to concerning the accounting and finance practices. Now, aside from the compliance partners, i-discuss din natin ano yung importance ng finance side naman sa buhay ng pagiging startup. Ito yung tinatawag nating budgeting, projections, no? Napaka-importante lahat niyang mga words na 'yan, no? Medyo mabigat ang dating sa ibang mga startup founders na bakit ang hirap gawin 'yan? Bakit kailangan pa 'yang gawin? Hindi ba pwedeng kapag may idea ako, maganda naman idea ko, may bumibili, okay na 'yon? Ayan, marami pong kakaroon ng mga problema sa mga ganung ang tawag dito, sa mga ganung style natin na common sa mga startup founders, no? Kasi we're very, very passionate and aggressive sa ating mga businesses. So, it's understandable. However, this show will tell you na ano yung mga repercussion kapag ka napabayaan natin yung accounting, finance, ano yung mga pwede nating ma-encounter na problema, no? Siguro, Aliyah, bago tayo pumunta kay industry expert guest natin, pakilala mo muna yung sarili mo kasi excited din kami makilala ka. By the way, partners, Chiang Kai-shek is a very, very good school, especially in terms of mathematics. Tama ba, Aliyah?
Yes po.
Yan, oh. Okay, Aliyah, what do you do? I mean, can you tell us about yourself? Kung anong pinagkakaabalahan mo today?
Ayun po. So, graduating po ako ng Chiang Kai-shek, BS Accountancy po. Tapos bridging program po.
Wow, wow. BS Accountancy. Perfect. So, 5 years yan? Or 4 years?
Yes po. 5 years po ang accountancy
5
talaga.
years. All right. And then magbo-board ka, 'di ba?
Yes po.
Oh, all right, all right. So, when is the board exam? Meron na bang schedule?
Dapat po I will take the board exam on this October po. Pero since COVID happened, so next year na lang po, May.
Wow, all right. It's okay, no? At least malapit-lapit na 'yon, ano? Malapit-lapit na. So, Aliyah, I hope you will learn a lot from this episode, talking about accountancy and finance. Perfect fit for you. And whenever, in the future, you're planning to put up your own startup, at least, no, somehow you can learn some tips from the show, no? And of course, if you will pursue the profession of being, an accountant or CPA of a certain corporation, at least marami ka na rin mapupulot na mga tips from especially our industry expert and the startup guest. All right, partner Dr. D, baka pwede na natin sigurong i-break muna, and then when we go back, ipapakilala na po natin ang ating industry expert for today's episode. So, bipipitinin po muna namin kayo sandali at magbabalik po ang Startup Nation. Nowhere to go but up!
magbabalik ang Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Nowhere to go but up. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kantang tatak Pinoy. Kahit nasan ka man, kami ay mapapakinggan. Streaming worldwide, the future of radio in Manila, California, and Hong Kong. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Para enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan, we are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Balikan na natin ang Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Nowhere to go but up. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Nagbabalik po ang Startup Nation. Kamusta po uli kayo mga partners na nanonood sa amin globally? At ngayon po ay pinag-uusapan natin ang Operation I'm sorry, accounting and finance, ano. Meron pa akong backlog ng previous episode. So episode 9 na po tayo ngayon, accounting and finance. And gaya po ng paliwanag ng aking partner, Dr. D, every episode po ay meron tayong life cycle stage ng startup na topic. Ayan. Bago po tayo mag-proceed sa ating industry expert, nais ko lang pong pasalamatan ng ating mga sponsors. Of course, Mr. Fluffy, the Cotton Candy Company, Snowrific Milk Tea, and of course, your Mr. Geek, no, our web, mobile, and innovations company. In case meron po kayo requirements for web development, mobile app development, or any kind of software development, please contact Mr. Geek. Ayan. Kasama pa rin po natin, of course, ang aking partner, ang profesora ng mga startup, Dr. D, ang Beauty and Brains, Miss Chris Tager, and of course, our student co-host from Chiang Kai-shek, Alliah Medallo. Hello, partners. Yan, Dr. D, excited na tayo. Taking it
Okay.
away.
All right. So, our industry expert is the founder of a local personal financial consultancy movement called Pinoy Breadwinners Movement. So maganda to, partners, dahil advocacy din ito, no? So this is geared towards helping Filipino breadwinners win financially. She has more than 7 years of involvement in a public accounting firm and a year in startup renewable energy integrator company as finance head. So she's perfect because she has both accounting and finance experience. She has been exposed to various industries, and her significant experiences lie in taxation and audit. O yan, Aliyah, mga favorite subjects natin to. Okay, so in 2019, she was tagged as one of the top 100 Filipinos to follow in LinkedIn for her inspiration, and she's also an expert trainer of a Singaporean company known as Spenda's Academy. I would like to introduce Ms. Katherine Castro, founder of Pinoy Breadwinners Movement. Katherine, take it away.
Welcome, Katherine.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Startup Nation.
Morning.
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 Good
Ayan.
morning, everyone.
Katherine, first of all, thank you for accepting our invitation to become our guest today. And I'm sure marami kang ma-inspire ng mga startup at mga entrepreneurial audience natin globally, especially mga business students natin na nakikinig ngayon. Katherine, you have a presentation, right?
Yes.
You can start na, and after your presentation, Chris Taker and Aliyah and Dr. D and also me, marami kaming tanong. Marami kaming gustong itanong sa iyo para sa mabigyan natin ng importance ang ating topic ngayon sa ating mga audience globally. Yes, ayan. So you can start, Katherine, anytime you like.
Okay. I'll just share my screen.
Mhm. Ang accounting and finance, Dr. D, alam natin, medyo ito yung isa sa mga madalas mapabayaan din ng mga businesses, ano?
Yes, partner, no? Tsaka importante din na malaman nila, no, na magkaiba to. Alright? Whereas accounting focus on the day-to-day flow of money in and out of a company, ang finance, broader siya. Kasi it deals with assets, liabilities, and planning for future growth. So ayan na, ang slides ni Katherine, and I believe that as
Ayan
the
na.
industry expert, siya ang makaka-explain further, no?
Yun. So thank
Yes.
you,
Okay, Katherine.
Dr. D and Miller P. So first, I'll just share my personal background in a bit. So what I'll be sharing today is a day in the life of a startup founder. So I think Dr. D has already introduced me. So right now, I'm the founder of Pinoy Breadwinners Movement. It's a local financial consultancy movement where I help Filipinos all about personal finance. But at the same time, I'm also building my own startup, which is also a consultancy firm for businesses, and I'm targeting also startups in the Philippines. So yung nabanggit kanina ni Dr. D na magkaiba ang accounting and finance. I agree with that because the usual problem of startups right now is that they hire only a single person to do everything. So yun yung nagiging problem. So they hire one person to do accounting. At the same time, that person also handles the top level or yung mga finance side, yung budgeting, taxation, and all that. So, yun yung nagiging problem ngayon ng mga startups company. So, right now, I'll share to you ano ba yung dapat na meron ng isang startup. So, what is it like in a day sa buhay ng isang startup founder? So, first, I'll ask you what makes startups interesting. So, what makes startup interesting is the possibility of having a dream come true, right? So, 'di ba, just like any large business today, everything started from an idea, like what our host shared. Started from an idea na nag-spark the interest of an entrepreneur to dream. So, the possibility of having a dream come true. So, that dream is visualized differently for every business owner. Now, how do most startups begin? So, actually, it differs. Every startup founder that I met, either as a client or as my previous employers or a friend or someone that I met online, chatted online, or made a call online, has a unique story to tell. So, some startups start as passion projects. So, either yung entrepreneur creates a business concept out of a hobby or something that they love, or a movement about an advocacy that they are concerned about. So like Startup Nation, they are concerned about startups. Like for me, the Pinoy breadwinners, I'm concerned about Filipino breadwinners. So I believe that everyone is a genius. So like Albert Einstein said, if you judge a fish by their ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So if you are an aspiring startup founder or a business owner, I tell you this, that some people will find that your idea is stupid or ridiculous. But a tip for you is that striving startup founders will refuse to believe that, because startup founders are people looking to channel their inner creativity and resourcefulness into something na makakatulong sa iba and may possibility to scale in the future. Next, another, how do most startups begin is meaning. Or some startups actually began when the founder or the owner started searching for meaning. So ito yung mga tao who usually ask this question, is this all there is to life? Or ito na ba yun? Ito na ba yung gusto ko? So either they were burned out from corporate life, or they experience struggles themselves, or they are out of retirement and they want to do something, or they watch other people suffer from a specific problem. So, itong mga startups na to, they roll up their sleeves and find answers to these problems. And yun, nagkaroon sila ng meaningful business concept. Then, another is making an impact. So I'm sure that you have heard countless stories of businesses na nag-start siya from people wanting to make an impact on a specific subset of a community or a minority group of people. So very timely siya ngayon, di ba, during the COVID pandemic, because we can see na ang daming startup businesses na nagsimula ngayon, especially yung mga food delivery apps and even yung mga startups that cater to rural farmers, bringing the products of the farmers to the urban consumers. So itong mga startups na to are driven by purpose. So that purpose is to make the lives of their stakeholders better. So that's impact. Then another, if you will observe, kita natin that some startups start from asking the question, what do I do well? Then, what do I love to do? Then, what the world needs? And syempre, finally, what will the world pay for? Which brings us to the next reason, is for income. Of course, finally, everything boils down to income. So, no one wants to start a business without a certain level of assurance na merong way to earn a living from it, right? So, kasi kung magtatayo tayo ng startup, then wala siyang way to monetize, it's a charity. Yung tinatayo natin, not a startup. So, there's a way to earn a living from it. So after all, businesses require startup capital. So may pera talaga na involved. So thinking about the long-term future of your startup actually depends on the quality of the business that we put in so that we can progress the concept to success. So now that we understand how do most startups begin, I will share to you yung mga expected challenges na nami-meet ng every startup. So I use the term expected because every business owner naman who starts from scratch has to deal with any or all of the following. So first is the funding. So where do you get the capital to start the business? So will you get financing or take it from your retirement or savings? So I think from the previous episodes, they have already discussed this already. So number two is finding the right people. Where and how do you find the right people to deal with? So yung mga right people nito includes hiring employees, finding reliable suppliers, or commissioning third-party service providers. So yun yung mga taong kailangang hanapin. Number three is being a one-man show. Usually, di ba, sa mga startups, due to the lack of resources, many startup founders find themselves doing a one-man show. They wear the hat of a salesman in the morning, then by lunch, recruiter sila, then sometimes being the finance guy even in the afternoon. So nakakapagod siya, it really happens. Then fourth challenge is negotiating here and there. So the number one skill that every startup founder must have is the ability to negotiate, which also drives us to the next point, which is getting leads and closing sales. So getting leads and closing sales as a new business, you take pride, diba? And pleasure in knowing that the world trusts you and actually buys from you yung product mo or yung service na ino-offer mo. So that is the goal. If you want to survive and scale, you must have a consistent flow of leads and convert them to closed sales. So I think in the previous episodes also, they have also discussed all about this. And finally, is the execution and fulfillment. So after closing all the deals, it's not the end of the story. So how you actually execute, fulfill, and deliver the service or the product that you offer will tell how much of the business ay mariretain sa'yo and mapapalago mo pa. You can grow more. So those are the startup challenges. Now, there is something about the business that actually transcends and encompasses everything. So, and it is accounting and finance. So, as they say, accounting is the language of the business. So, di ba, accounting and finance transcends all aspects of the business. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, accounting lang yan, finance lang yan. It transcends to all kasi lahat ng gagawin ng operations, ng marketing, ng HR, lahat yan, it should be tied up and connected to accounting and finance. So I'll explain it why. So the first question that every startup business owner should ask is, now that you are able to earn, now that you are able to close sales, how do you know that may ROI ka na or may return on investment ka na? So how do you measure your success? So if you are entering a business na wala kang form of metric na how will I measure my success in the form of financial, paano malalaman kung nag-grow ka or hindi? Baka mamaya nalulugi ka na pala. So what methods or systems are in place that will help you as a business owner know that you have an ROI? And so whether you are self-funded na entrepreneur, you get your funds from your retirement or savings, or either there are some startups na nag-gather sila ng financing from outside, either as loans or kumuha sila ng mga investors. So whether you self-funded or get funding from the outside, ang question is, do you have an efficient accounting system in place na makakapag-enable sa'yo na mag-generate ng progress reports, ng financial reports na pwede mong ipakita sa mga creditors, sa mga investors mo, and for you personally as a business owner. So that's the question. Next, number two, why accounting is important. So, you are now, kumikita ka na, may mga benta ka na, but how do you take care of the bottom line? So, this is also where accounting and finance is very critical because how do you reliably measure your company or your startup's profitability? Dumidepende ka ba sa laman ng bank account mo or do you have an accounting system in place na malalaman mo if you are profitable or not. So you have to ensure that all costs ng business mo are accounted for. And this is one of the usual mistakes ng mga startups. They focus so much on magbenta, that they forgot yung back end na they have to account for all costs so that they will be able to know ano ba yung bottom line ko? Am I earning or am I losing money? So you have to ensure that all costs are accounted for so that you will have a better view of the company's bottom line. So, I tell you that sales is not just sales. Yung benta, hindi lang siya benta. Sales is what pays for the cost of doing your business. So, yung sales mo, doon manggagaling yung pambayad mo sa mga overheads, sa OPEX mo, sa mga suppliers mo, sa mga employees mo, if you have any. So, and that includes being able to monitor and account for every transaction in your business. So that's why accountants are important in every startup. So they have to account for every transaction. So most startups forego the benefit of having a sound accounting or finance department. So most startups, they assume that these functions are merely support centers and are just added cost to the business. But I tell you that you cannot translate the business well if you do not speak well its language, and that language is accounting. So we have discussed two already. So how do you measure ROI and how do you take care of the bottom line? And the last struggle is, so you earn now. How do you make paying taxes more efficient? So minsan kasi nakakalimutan natin na okay, benta tayo, we generate sales, but most startups tend to forget na kailangan pala nila mag-tax planning. Minsan nagugulat sila, kailangan ko palang bayaran tong ganitong tax, bakit may ganito pa akong babayaran, etc., etc. So you have to understand that uh, part of doing business is paying taxes, right? Because it's our obligation to the government. So in my experience with working with startup businesses, I discovered na maraming loopholes yung mga business pagdating sa accounting and tax compliance nila na hindi nila nakikita, nagbi-bleed na pala sila ng money. So, anong nangyayari? Nagbabayad sila ng taxes more than what is required and more than what is legally required of them. So, nagbi-bleed sila ng money when in fact, that money can be put into good use into other aspects of the business. So, 'di ba, business is about cash. And if you're losing money to inconsistencies dahil lang dun sa accounting mo, yung sa pag hindi mo na take into consideration lahat ng costs and expenses mo in doing business, yung tax compliance mo na papabayaan mo, you will waste your business because you will lose money. So, I think that's it. Those three questions yung kailangan nating tandaan as a startup. So, as a tip, I believe I shared to you already insights on what it is like to be a startup founder. And being a startup founder means minding your business. Diba? Minding your business, including the nitty-gritty of accounting, finance, and taxation. Hindi natin siya dapat kalimutan. And so, why is accounting important? So, as a business owner, you need to understand that accounting is the language of the business. Hindi natin siya pwedeng ikaila. So, it is an inevitable part of the business na kailangan nating itin. So, if you want to scale, if you want to grow your business, make accounting your ally. Make accounting your friend and not an enemy. Kahit ayaw natin siyang gawin minsan, usually. So, yon, what every startup basically needs to strategize on. So, with that in mind, I'll share with you a bird's eye view of what the startup businesses must have, especially in terms of accounting, tax compliance. So, una, find a reliable with reasonable cost accounting solution at the start. So, usually, in the startups that I encounter, minsan nare-realize ng mga owners na kailangan nilang ayusin yung accounting, finance nila, yung taxes nila, 'pag nagkaroon na ng problema or 'pag kunyari meron ng another investor that wants to invest dun sa business nila. Of course, they want to present the business na maganda, 'di ba? So, tsaka lang nila na-realize na, wait, kailangan pala nating ayusin yung accounting natin. Wait, kailangan pala nating ayusin yung financial reports natin. So, at the start, find a reliable accounting solution already. Then, yun nga, if you will try to outsource, customized is critical because you don't want to pay for a service that you don't need. So, like what I am doing now, I'm reaching out to startups, and before I try to engage with them, before I try to help them, I get them on a call so that I understand ano ba yung business nila, saan sila nahihirapan, and if I know that I cannot provide for that service, if other service providers can provide for that, I will refer them to those service providers. So, mahalaga that the service that you get is customized for you so that you will not pay for what you don't need because 'di ba startups are not really blessed with so much cash kasi nga nag-i-start pa lang yung business. So, next, finance is as personal as it gets in a business relationship. So, personal siya because the finance person must actually be very personal or very close doon sa business owners because 'di ba the finance person will actually guide you as a startup owner na ano ba yung kailangan gawin. Do you need to minimize costs? Are you bleeding money on this area of your business? So kailangan the finance person, you should have a good relationship with your accountant na you can see them eye to eye, you don't have personality clash, and so that maayos yung working relationship natin. Then, yon, nabanggit ko kanina, outsource. As they say, it's almost always cheaper to outsource than to hire an in-house. But if you can find a person in-house na that can do it for you, I suggest, based din sa mga nakita ko before, and in my experience, it's better that you separate accounting from the finance because coming from my own experience as a finance head, actually, startup company siya, but I was actually burnout because I was doing the accounting, yet I was also the finance person in top level reporting to the CEO. So and meron pang taxation, 'di ba? So it's very very hard talaga. Kung mahirap siya para sa isang startup owner, mas mahirap din siya para dun sa person handling accounting, finance, and tax and everything. So if you can outsource, it's much cheaper than hiring an in-house person. And ang dami na ngayong mga service providers na nagpa-provide ng customized solution para sa specific type of business. And dahil specialized sila doon, they really know what they are doing. So you don't need anymore to train that person because you only need to share to them ano yung business ko, where do I get clients, etc., etc. So if you can outsource, outsource. Then another is do not follow hearsays. So follow verified accounting practices because I encounter this most of the time sa mga startups. They assume na dapat ganito yung pagkaka-report ng benta. They assume ganito magresibo. They assume ito lang yung babayaran nilang taxes, etc. So without even consulting an expert or a professional para mag-consult sila dun sa kailangan nilang gawin. So, do not follow hearsays. Then next is organization of files and documents will go a long way. So, I understand that startups, di ba, ano sila, parang nangangapa pa, bago pa lang. But, I believe na if at the start you are able to have an organized file and documentation, so hindi mahihirapan yung mga succeeding employee, succeeding service provider na baka catch up kung ano ba yung mga transactions na nangyari historically sa business and ano yung mga possible pang mangyayari in the future. So, organization of files. Next is make sure that you pay only what is rightfully due. So, medyo nabanggit ko na siya kanina. So, tax planning can help in minimizing overpayments and making sure that you pay only what is due. Because the common problem, like for small business owners they fail to, meron ako nakausap before, ano siya, parang architect na startup, architecture. So, ang nakakalimutan niya, they fail to account for all expenses. So, they they pay income taxes that are too high when in fact they actually have allowable deductions na pwede nilang mapababa pa yung babayaran nilang taxes na ethical pa rin naman and legal pa rin naman. So, ayun, because lack of, 'di ba, understanding ano ba yung mga pwede mong ibawas, ano yung pwedeng hindi. So, kailangan talaga you consult with a professional. And lastly, you ensure compliance so that you will avoid penalties. So, minimize mo yung mga penalties mo from interest, mga compromise because of late submission, kunyari sa BIR, o non-compliance, yung mga kailangan natin. So these are the things that every startup needs to strategize on. Bird's eye view pa lang ito. So, running a business is like trying to complete a massive puzzle. Para tayong nagbubuo ng puzzle. But ang problema, di ba, sa startups, mabilis ang galaw ng lahat ng bagay. Lots of moving pieces. So, kailangan the operations must be in sync also with accounting and finance. Hindi pwedeng nale-left behind yung accounting and finance kasi magba-backlog lagi. So, few reasons why startups fail. No market need, or pwedeng running out of cash, pricing issues, no financing or investor interest, and compliance issues. So kung mapapansin natin, almost every problem ng organization can actually be linked back to accounting and to finance. So that's why it's really important. So in closing, this is also the reason why I am reaching out to local startups who need help in strategizing their business in terms of accounting, finance, and taxation, and even yung mga business process. In fact, I have been in calls already ng mga local startups sa Philippines na where I get them on a free 30-minute call. We discuss, we share about their challenges as a startup dun sa area ng accounting, finance, and taxation, and business process. Then, after the call, I will customize a strategy document for them that they can use specifically ano yung kulang sa kanila as a startup. So, yung strategy document na yun is they can use that to correct, mitigate, or improve their processes. So, if you'd like to be part of what I do, please express interest na lang dun sa link na nasa screen and I'll be happy to talk to you soon. So, I think that's it. I'm done.
Wow. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Catherine. I really enjoy listening to you. Nagte-take down notes ako. Oo. I think you're very perfect for this episode. Talagang pang-startup ang mga sinabi ni Catherine no. Saktong-sakto. Well, again, thank you for accepting our invitation, Catherine, no. I'm really glad na ikaw yung na-interview namin today. Ang dami namin napulot sa'yo. Napakaganda nung sinabi ni Catherine, partners, no? Accounting is the language of business. Of course, this is a very parang kumbaga obvious, but to some founders, talagang we tend to neglect the importance of accounting, sa ating pagnenegosyo. Kasi nga, founders are normally very, very passionate about their ideas. And whenever they make a sale, that's it. The life cycle is completely done for them. No? If may bumibili ng kanilang idea or product or service, happy na sila. No? Happy na sila. And what we're trying to tell them today is hindi doon nagtatapos ang life cycle. Very important ang accounting and finance sa buhay ng isang startup. So I took down some important key messages from Catherine. When gustong-gusto ko yung sinabi mo, Catherine, na you have to separate accounting from finance, no? The challenge there is karamihan ng startup natin sa Pilipinas o sa buong mundo for that matter ay kokonti lang ng team members. Kaya nga, 'di ba, startup kasi eh. So very very lean ang members niyan. Sometimes nga isa lang o dalawa lang sila. So but I think the point there is iba ang role ng accounting, iba ang role ng finance. So we have to understand that, no? Accounting is more on the procedural aspect of the business, no? Yung recording, counting,
Mm.
oh yes, maintaining yung inyong uh, balance sheet, ano, monitoring your income, preparing your financial statements. Finance is a different matter. It's more of like budgeting and projections, di ba? So we have to understand it that way, no? And very important mga partners yung sinabi ni Catherine na if you cannot do it yourself, you know, there's always a way to outsource it. And outsourcing, as what Catherine has told us, is not a difficult thing to do. No, so there's a lot of third-party providers that can help you, like Catherine. No, can contact Catherine, and I guess Catherine may not did not tell us about the fees, but I guess Catherine will tell us later na mura na lang ang mga outsourcing fees ngayon. Hindi na kagaya in the past na talagang mahal mag-outsource. But today, ang dami na kasi. So I mean, I think the third-party providers were able to lower their prices because of number one, competition, and number two, mas dumami yung mas dumami na yung mga online platforms today. So mas madali na yung kanilang pagbibigay ng service. And I like it when Catherine said that you should not assume na you know what to do. If you're not an accountant and may nagpayo lang sa'yo na kaibigan mo na, hey, don't declare that para maliit ang babayaran mo. Wag mong gawin, don't be too honest. No, there are some pieces of advice. No, from we all know this, Dr. D and Catherine. No, we all know this that if you're a business, you must have 3 books. No, one book for yourself, no, for your internal use lang, and one book for BIR, and one book for investors. Di ba? Ano yan ina-advise sa atin yan ng mga tawag dito, mga kaibigan natin sometimes, no, na it's like parang you're creating 3 versions of your accounting records, tama? No? So
Mm.
I guess Catherine, yun yung gusto kong itanong. I know that it's happening. I know that it's happening sa mga startups today that they have different version of books, no? Is it a good practice? I think that will be my question, Catherine.
I think no, because like for example, dun sa recent ko na job, kakalis ko lang din, startup siya na related sa solar. So in the past, dahil bago lang ako doon, nabutan ko na ganun yung it's a mess. So they have that kind of situation na parang okay, iba si internal, iba si ganyan. So what I help them with is that kailangan isa lang yung books because ano bang benefit nun, 'di ba? Una, mahihirapan ka as a startup. How do you really measure your success? Parang do you measure your success dun sa nire-report mo sa BIR or sa pinapakita mo sa investors or yung sa internal talaga, 'di ba? So, if ang point of view kasi, if you are really efficient in doing your accounting and if you are also efficient in planning sa finance side naman, hindi mo kailangan ng multiple set of books. Isa lang talaga kailangan. So, I think that's it.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, Catherine. Kasi karamihan nga talaga, yan ang mga ina-advise, to escape paying taxes, to hide your sales, no. You're basically telling our audience that it's a bad practice, correct? Yeah. Yes. So yeah, sa mga nakikinig sa amin na mga startups, well,
I think
though
I
it's
agree with
already a
the
common practice, but you know, it's a bad practice. That's what our guest is telling us. Kasi nga, you're misleading yourself actually. Hindi lang yung mga third party readers nung FS nyo, no, ng financial statement. You yourself, you're being misled. No? Kasi iba-iba yung version ng mas maganda yung consistent ka. Tama? Dr. D, baka may question ka. Ayan, Dr. D, accounting yan.
All right. So first and foremost, no, I'd like to comment nga na this pandemic, as Catherine mentioned, it's not only negative, no, in terms of the startups. Actually, a lot of startups have been setting up enterprises in terms of food delivery, and also, interestingly, those that transport food or service transportation or logistics from farmers' produce to the consumer. So that's something good, actually. And if I were to recall the previous segments on fundraising, partner, it's important to have a different person. At that time, a CFO was mentioned, different from an accountant. And during our segment on compliance, yun nga, na-mention yung outsourcing or registration na segment natin, na-mention yung outsourcing. And now, Catherine again highlighted the importance of accounting and finance to be taken separately. Kasi although, on the part of startups, mahirap nga. Kasi you start as a one-man team. Napaka-normal niyan, no? Kami din ni Winnerby, galing din dyan. So, we don't want to speak as if this is not true. In fact, that is the thing that all startups go through. And you mentioned the focus on, oo nga, totoo to, focus on pagbebenta, kasi cash flow yan, and, not being able to focus on the cost side, because at the end, yun nga, kailangan malaman yung bottom line. I also agree and resonate with you that importante na organize yung files and documents so that when the company grows, it won't be hard kasi napakahirap balikan na lahat, okay? So, my question now would be, okay, so for accounting, di ba, nandun tayo sa recording of transactions. What simple template do you suggest for the owners of startups to use? That's my first question. And I would like to already include the second question para ma-relate mo siya. The second question naman is in relation to finance is how can they use yung recorded transactions to plan for the future? Yon. So those are my questions.
Ayun. So, with regards sa template, I think every business naman, generally, iisa lang talaga yung language niya. So, what we want to know is, we want to account for sales, yung benta. Then, we want to account for the expenses. So, for small businesses, even an Excel file, basta maayos yung maayos yung format niya, maayos yung kanyang mga formula, you can start with that. You don't need to buy or to subscribe agad sa sa mga accounting software if you cannot afford it. But you can start from that because 'di ba, marami naman talagang businesses started from doing spreadsheet, 'di ba? Then from that, ang kailangan lang natin ma-monitor is that diligently ma-monitor lahat ng expenses, ma-account lahat ng transactions, and even to the point ng mga non-cash related transactions. Because, di ba, in a business, hindi lang naman yung in and out ng cash ang kailangan mo bantayan. There are also transactions na non-cash related, and that's where the accountant comes in. Now, how will it be related to the finance? The finance person must be able to translate the figures to the owner, to the CEO. How is the figure related to the plans na meron yung CEO? Parang is it in line? Is it aligned to the plans na meron yung CEO? So for the finance side, this is where budgeting comes in. So ang problem ganito, most finance persons, they cannot actually do a budget, di ba? The budget is supposed to be a forecast of the future. But how can they do the forecast if walang back end na historical? And the historical will come from the accountant. So, siya talaga, hindi mo pwedeng bigyan ng importance ang isang side lang. tapos focus ka sa isang side, it should be hand in hand. And then, yun, the budgeting, the forecasting, and then, di ba, the CEO has plans, di ba? May strategic planning yan. May mga gusto siyang uh, deals na ma-close in the future. So, the finance person using the data ng accounting, they can actually relate and um, magbigay ng proper advice to the owners of the company if they can pursue yung decision na to o hindi. So, ganun siya ka-importante. And another thing, sa finance side, one thing that they have to monitor now, especially ngayong, di ba, may pandemic, is the cash flow management. Kasi cash is really the make or break ngayong season na to. Parang it will really tell kung magde-declare kayo ng bankruptcy or hindi is how you manage your cash. So the finance person will really rely on what is provided by the accounting so that they can manage yung kung kakaunti yung cash, how they will be able to prioritize ano yung kailangang unahin, ano yung least priority natin. So that's it.
All right. Thank you very much. That was a very well elaborate but understandable explanation.
Yes, yes. Partners, before we proceed to the questioning nila Chris Taker and Aliyah, let me just greet our audience today. Of course, yung mga nakikinig po sa amin sa LA, sa Hong Kong, hello po sa inyo. And syempre, dito sa ating bansang Pilipinas, hello po sa inyo, magandang umaga. Especially to our CEO na nasa LA ngayon, si Sir Rally Vargas, and our programming head, si Rolly Pagaspas, and of course, my fellow Maroons, no? Si Rachel Bonus Pestano is also watching, and also Cyril Plata, ayan, nag-comment, nag-ano rin siya, nag-smiley. Ayan. Hello po sa inyong lahat at happy listening po sa inyo. Sige, proceed na tayo. Chris Taker, you have a question, right?
Yes, and I just want to say thank you so much to our valued speaker. And I learned so much from your detailed explanation. I just had a quick question about what you mentioned in the beginning about needing strong negotiating skills as a startup business. What, in your opinion, are the hallmarks of a good negotiator?
Siguro I'll base it from the people na na-meet ko na startups din. So I think yung hallmarks is they are able to get their pitch across, not just yung sales pitch, but they're able to get their message across. And lalo na kung advocacy yung kanilang pinopromote, they are able to relay the message to the people na kailangan silang marinig. So I think yun yung pinakamahalaga. Then all others, yung pag-negotiate, how you close the deals, how you are able to handle objections, it will just follow if you are able to get your message across to the person that you are trying to get into agreement. So that's
That sounds like a very difficult skill, and I loved how you kind of how you lace that around being a successful startup is having the right team and the right support so you don't get burnt out. I thought that was very insightful. Thank you so much, Paul.
Yes, yes. How about you, Aliyah? Our student co-host from Chiang Kai-shek College. You have a question for Catherine?
Sige po. May ask ko lang po yung opinion niya regarding kasi marami pong nag-online selling ngayon. Tapos
Yes.
meron pong parang nasa news din po yung gusto nilang taksan yung online selling. So marami nag-react since hindi po sila inform or update kung ano po talaga dapat yung kung ano meron sa tax, kung talaga po bang mag-pay, ganun po. So, gusto ko lang po itanong kung ano pong opinion nyo regarding dun sa news na yun.
Actually, ang dami ang dami nagtatanong yan. So, actually, it's really not of an opinion, but I think, di ba, the baseline is if you have a business, you have to register. But syempre, like for me, example, I'm trying to get na clients, but really, I'm not yet wala pa akong legal because I'm still tendering my resignation sa job so that I can focus more on consulting. Because I think nakuha ko na yung experiences na gusto ko in regards sa startup. So, um, 'di ba, parang there is a way to do that na you don't need to register agad-agad. But ang but ang tawag dito, ang magse-set ng line if you have to do that already is kung siyempre kung meron ka nang na-close na deal, 'di ba? Because you have to do it legally. So you have to register. And for small online sellers, 'di ba? Ang usual question kasi nila, parang maliit lang naman yung ano ko benta ko, parang ganyan-ganyan. Do I need to pay taxes? Do I really need to register? But may nagtanong niyan sa akin in a previous call. So my answer to that is if you think that the business that you are starting will actually scale, yung parang you see it in yourself na kaya mo siyang palaguin and gusto mo siya talagang palaguin kasi 'di ba merong mga nagbebenta lang kunyari through Facebook na nagre-resell lang ng kung ano-ano, lipstick ganyan. If you are not really serious na papalakihin mo siya, you will grow it, 'di ba? Why do the effort na magpa-register ka pa kung parang ano naman siya, parang bukas pwedeng hindi mo na siya itutuloy, 'di ba? But if you think na you can scale it and it has the possibility to grow big, so go for registration. And kung natatakot ka na baka, may dami kong babayaran, ganyan, there are actually ways na hindi ka naman agad porke nag-register ka, magbabayad ka na agad ng taxes. There are, kunyari, yung BMBE, di ba? Yung Barangay Micro Business. You can actually take advantage of that na nasa legal ka pa din, registered ka, but dahil under ka ng BMBE, exempt ka may mga exemption ka sa mga taxes, di ba? So, at saka yung sa tax code naman natin, di ba? Hindi naman porke nagka-income ka, ano na agad, tax agad. Meron siyang mga threshold. So, parang what I try to share dun sa mga nakakausap ko na mga online sellers is that you don't need to fear that. Lalo na kung wala ka naman tinatago, di ba? Magde-declare ka lang kay BIR, even though kahit wala kang babayaran, you just need to report. Yun yung kasing after yung BIR. Parang they want to see yung gaano ba karami na yung may mga businesses. So, not really naman na parang kailangan mo magbayad agad-agad. So, I think sana nasagot ko yung question.
Yeah, I guess ang ganda nung sinabi mo, Catherine.
Thank you so much.
Magandang message 'yon to our audience, no. Nag-online business, no. Kung wala naman kayong tinatago o you know, walang dapat ikatakot sa pagre-register because registration is different from the payment procedure naman, ano. It doesn't mean na kapag nag-register kayo sisingilin na kayo kaagad. Maganda yung point na 'yon, no. Maganda yung point. Totoo naman, no. Hindi naman porket nag-declare ka o nag-register ka sa ating mga government agencies, automatically you will be charged with many things, no. You mentioned BMBE. There's a lot of ways to protect yourself also from huge taxes, no. Especially if you're really small. Kung micro enterprise ka lang, there's a lot of laws, no, protecting you, no. Tama 'yon, Catherine. Okay, medyo kapos na tayo sa oras. Catherine, again, maraming salamat sa iyo. You can promote your services to all our listeners globally. Paano kanila maka-contact, paano mo sila matutulungan, and kung meron kang mga gustong i-announce, please, now is the time.
Ayun. So, yun, nabanggit ko rin kanina sa presentation that, yun, I'm starting to talk to startups. Ano siya, no commitment. I'm just trying to gauge and get insights dun sa mga startups. Ano yung problems nila with regards sa accounting, finance, and taxation. And if we can work together, then may possibility na ganun. So, if you want to hop on a call with me, 30-minute call, so just, yun, go to this link or you can also find me on LinkedIn because I'm also in LinkedIn. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you so much, partners at
Thank you.
Kayo po ay bibitinin namin sandali. Huwag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang Startup Nation. Yung susunod po nating guest ay tungkol sa isang startup founder at marami pa rin tayong mapupulot. So huwag po kayong aalis. Ito po ang Startup Nation. Nowhere to go but up.
Magbabalik ang Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Nowhere to go but up. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. Para enjoy ang pakikinig sa V81 Radio kahit saan. We are now on your Amazon Echo devices. Just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio at i-enjoy ang inyong mga paboritong Pinoy music 24/7. Sabihin lang, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, the future of radio. This is your all-hits, all-Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
Balikan na natin ang Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Nowhere to go but up. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ayan, nagbabalik po ang Startup Nation. Kamusta kayo mga partners na nakikinig sa amin globally? Ito po ang Startup Nation. Pinag-uusapan po natin today ang accounting and finance. Kami po ay nasa episode 9 na. Ayan, ang dami na pala nating napagsamahan, partners.
Oo. Bilis.
Parang 3 months na tayong quarantine din, no?
True.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just imagine, marapit na po matapos ang season 1. So, sa mga nakikinig po sa amin, patuloy po kayo sumabaybay. No? 5 episodes to go, partner. Dr. D, imagine that, ang bilis ng panahon.
Super bilis.
Ang oras.
And ang dami pang matututunan,
okay.
For sure.
Oo. Kasama pa rin po namin si Chris Taker and Alliah from Chiang Kai-shek College. And ang guest naman po natin ngayon ay, of course, ang ating startup na magdi-discuss ng accounting and finance. Partner, Dr. D, pakilala mo na. Excited na kami.
So our special guest is a CPA and has almost 12 years of professional experience in external and internal audit, accounting, compliance, and financial management systems. So wow, buong both accounting and finance yung experience niya din. No? Perfect yung ating mga speakers for the show. So, within the past 4 years, she dedicated her career with the social enterprise community, applying her corporate experience on ground, and founded a startup called Numbers That Matter in 2019. So, bagong-bago pa lang. The business started to grow, and other professionals joined the team, all poised to pursue the growth of organizations through accounting and human resource services. Presenting a dear friend both personally and professionally, I'd like to introduce Ms. Gina Valdez, Managing Director of Numbers That Matter Inc. or NTMI. Take it away, Gina.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Startup
Morning.
Nation.
Salamat. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
sige.
Yes, napakaganda ng introduction sa'yo ng aking partner na si Dr. D. Nakakalula ang iyong mga credentials, Gina, no?
Akala ko yung
well,
edad,
it's
no?
but it's a good thing, no? It's a good thing that my partner Dr. D mentioned that you're you're expert in both accounting and finance dahil importanteng mapag-usapan yung dalawang bagay na yan para sa mga startups natin. And you yourself is a startup founder, di ba? Talagang makaka-relate ang mga founders sa'yo na nakikinig sa atin globally. Ayan. So, I think you're also a millennial, kaya si Alliah and si Chris Taker can also relate. Di ba? Oo.
Sana, included pa ako.
Maraming mga startup founders talaga millennials, di ba?
True. True, that's
Yes.
true.
Okay, Gina, if you have a presentation, you can start now.
Sige. So first, really, thank you for having me here, no. And I listened to Catherine's presentation earlier, and very insightful siya, no. I think, no, and she pretty much covered yung talagang basic basic principles natin on accounting and finance in businesses. So I guess maybe I could share siguro a different perspective, I guess, no. Wait lang, ayan. Let me share my screen to you guys, and let me share to you a different perspective on accounting and finance in relation also to us being a startup. No, so again, our company is called Numbers That Matter, and we are a startup ourselves, and we focus on accounting and HR services. No, so a quick backstory of who we are. So we are actually from Gawad Kalinga Enchanted Farm, no. GK Enchanted Farm is actually a social enterprise that builds other social enterprises, no. And it also greatly supports farmers and farming communities dun sa mga remote areas natin, no, in different provinces, in different countryside areas, no, to bring those produce to the market, no. So it's social enterprises, agriculture yung focus niya. So we started from GK Enchanted Farm, and we did not really have an intention, no, of having a startup, but then being with an organization that works with a lot of startups and social enterprises, nakita talaga yung need, na-highlight yung need na may kailangan for accounting and finance, no. Even if there are already a lot of practitioners, no, there's still a need for social enterprises, no. So doon kami nag-start. So we served as the accounting and finance department of GK Enchanted Farm for more than 2 years now, no. And then from there, we've experienced firsthand ano yung challenges ng mga organizations na nag-uumpisa. Ano yung challenges ng mga organizations na gustong gumawa ng mabuti, no? As to finance and accounting, ano yung nararamdaman nilang challenges on that, no? So with that understanding, na come up namin na as to accounting and finance pala, yung pinakaunang problema ng ating mga entrepreneurs would be compliance. But compliance na when you we tried to ba't nila kailangan ng compliance, then we realized na they wanted to comply because they wanted to contribute to nation building. So if we take it that way, no, na parang we're paying taxes kasi gusto natin mag-contribute, gusto natin maka-share doon sa ating kaban ng bayan, sinasabi nga nila, then um, it makes more sense to do it, 'di ba? Yung compliance, no? And also, we realize na as startups, one of the things really as to in terms of finance and accounting and finance, no, we need to find the right systems. We need to find the right processes that would work for the startup. Kasi kagaya nga nung sinabi ni Catherine kanina na most of the startups would start as a one-man show, no? Eventually, hindi ka mag-grow kapag one-man show ka lagi, di ba? Eventually, at some point, you'll have to elevate yourself and you'll have to delegate certain processes to other people, no? But for you to be able to delegate that, you have to find the right systems. You have to put in the right processes in your business, no? Financial processes, no? The right internal controls in your business for you to be able to ensure na kahit na hindi ikaw yung gumagawa as the entrep, you ensure efficiency and consistency of your operations as a startup, di ba? And the third issue, no, that we realized or we've learned on ground is yung mga business, ang laging kulang would be insight, a reliable insight kung ano na yung nangyayari sa negosyo nila, kung ano na yung nasaan na sila dun sa success measure nila, no? Na parang nasaan na sila dun sa gusto nilang maabot. Wala silang reliable na insight nun kasi hindi nila naayos yung accounting and finance nila. No, the fourth challenge is that dahil actually wala silang reliable na insight dun sa negosyo nila, hindi nila na-optimize yung resources nila for their stakeholders. No? So, hindi na papaikot ng maigi yung cash, hindi nabibigyan, hindi alam kung nabibigay ng maayos yung mga pangangailangan ng stakeholders, no? All stakeholders of the business, the employees, um, the stockholders of the business. And finally, yung pag-manage ng growth nung company. So, as you grow, no, dumadami din yung problema mo. Dumadami yung problema mo as a business. And then you encounter na hindi na pala uubra yung manong-manong sistema, no, that you also have to look into adapting technology that would make your business processes efficient, no. And then when you are growing also, you get more and more employees, and then you come to a point where you also have to manage them, no, manage your human resources better than when you were managing like one or two, diba? So this one is to scale naman the impact. So as to finance and accounting, ito yung mga five things, no, na we've learned, no, na what is needed by businesses, no. And based on this understanding of what matters to our businesses, we came up with solutions, no. Ano yung mga pwede nating gawin para dun sa mga businesses na yon para masolusyonan natin yung mga yung mga challenges na yon. And it's really about either providing those services or enabling the business, no, to do those types of processes themselves, no. So um uh as to our company, no, we really look into a culture wherein we are collaborating with one another, no, collaborating with our clients in terms of finance and accounting, enable them to be able to address the challenges nga na nasabi natin kanina, and to be able to work with other organizations as well na tumutulong for dun sa mga social enterprises, dun sa mga community-based enterprises at doon sa mga startup natin, no? So I really made it very short kasi I think what would be interesting would be mga questions from you guys, and I think Catherine did a very good job earlier to explain dun sa mga nitty-gritty, no, on accounting and finance. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gina. And though it's a very short presentation, but I think we learned a lot also. And we were actually inspired, no, that you came from a social enterprise, no. Uh, is it parang life's passion mo na ever since?
Actually, until 4 years ago, I have never really heard the term social enterprise. So parang
Mhm.
it just happened, no, that I went into a camp wherein they were discussing about social entrepreneurship, no, na doon ko
Mhm.
nakilala yung the social enterprise community, and that got me really interested. And ever since then, ito na yung ginagawa ko. And I think it will be something that I'll be doing for nang tuloy-tuloy hangga't
Forever.
kaya ko.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think partners, you will agree with me that Gina is the first social enterprise naka-interview natin in the show, ano? Well, it's nice to see yung mga startups na still thinking of helping others, of course. Hindi lang uh, financial rewards ang hanap, di ba? Meron pang ibang hinahanap tayo na benefit eh. Kaya gusto natin ng social enterprise, gusto natin tumulong sa ibang tao. Yun yung mahalaga doon.
Yeah, oo,
So,
oo. Pero being an accountant myself, no, I always also try to strike that balance, no. Kasi when you say naman that
yes.
you're a social enterprise, hindi siya purely charity, no. You still also have to operate as a normal business, no. That's why we are here, no. That's why Numbers That Matter actually came about because of that, hindi dahil social enterprise, kakalimutan mo na yung accounting and finance mo, 'di ba? Hindi pwede talaga yon. So, yun naman yung ano din namin, push namin na despite be doing something that you really are passionate about, you also have to
Mhm.
look into the business side of your enterprise, and you have to look into the accounting and finance side of it. So, yes.
Yes. Gina, ang ganda ng sinabi mo kanina na for you to know where you're going, you have to have parang some sort of a plan, no? Accounting and finance plan. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na na business plan, 'di ba? Uh, Normally, ang mga startup founders meron yung business plan. Pero we tend to neglect to have a finance plan, no? It's very important so that you know kung saan ka papunta and kung nasaan ka na,
Mhm.
'di ba? So, I guess yun yung key point sa mga sinabi ni Gina, partners, no, for me. It's very important that accounting and finance must have a plan in your startup life so that you can monitor your progress, your success, and whether delayed ka ba or ahead of your plan, at least alam mo kung paano siya i-manage, no? It's important not to lose a direction when you're a startup kasi if you don't have any direction, mahirap 'yon. Mahirap 'yon. You cannot achieve the vision that you set in the beginning kung wala kang direction, 'di ba? If you don't know where to go, 'di ba? Ah, Importante ang pagpa-planning. Tama 'yon. So, I guess 'yun yung pinaka mai-stress ko today na sa mga messages na sinabi ni Gina. Ikaw partner, Dr. D, baka may question ka for Gina.
Oh, yes,
Mahilig din si
definitely.
Dr. D sa CSR eh.
Yeah, so one thing I admire about Numbers That Matter and what Gina said is that yun nga, partner, Winner B. This is our first guesting of a social enterprise. And for the benefit of our viewers, a social enterprise has a hybrid purpose. to serve the social or economic purpose. So they may be supporting a community, whereas at the same time, syempre, they have to sustain their own business because it's still a business as well. And one thing good about Numbers That Matter is that they are able to serve social enterprises and startups or small and medium enterprises alike. No, and again, just like earlier during Catherine's discussion, one thing that Gina mentioned was optimization of resources that I can also relate. Na-mention po ito dun sa ating episode on operations. So they are, even if accounting and finance is a different function or area of management, it's definitely related to the other functions of management. We cannot take them as separately from one another, no? And I agree that once the business is running, compliance is definitely one of the challenges. Madaming takot dito. And in the same way, reliable insight or measurement is important for startups so that when they pitch eventually to investors, and if you're a corporation, you talk to your stakeholders, you're more confident. Hindi ka yung parang nag-guessing game lang. So, finding the right system with efficient internal controls is key, as what Gina mentioned earlier, and I totally resonate with that. And my question, therefore, would be, what is a simple system that startups can integrate or take into account as they, are in the initial phase of their business?
Yeah, thanks for that, no. Una is to clarify yung term na system, no? Kasi a lot of startups, when they hear the word system, parang ang naiisip nila would be an app or a software agad-agad, no? But actually, a system is, by its definition, is a series of processes, no? Ano yung step 1, step 2, step 3 to be able to complete a certain cycle, no? So for startups, no, kung nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo, it's not really advisable to get a software right away, especially kung gagastos ka ng marami for that. Because a simple system, accounting system, or an accounting and reporting system, pwedeng-pwede siyang gawin sa Excel, sa totoo lang, 'di ba? Na you just have to have a record of your sales, a record of your expenses, no, a record of your fixed assets kung marami kang mga gamit sa negosyo mo, no, and then a way to combine all these through Excel pa din, no, to be able to do the report, no. So it's really Excel lang. Excel lang kung meron akong maano na system. Just having an Excel and diligently filling up the information na kailangan doon sa Excel sheet na yon.
All right, thank you very much. So similar po ito sa na-mention ni Catherine po, no? Like sales, costs, bottom line, tama po ba?
Yes, oo. Ma-account mo lang lahat ng sales mo, mailista mo lang lahat ng cost mo, no? And then comparing the two, yun yung yun yung bottom line mo. Of course, there are other technical na mga other recording na meron tayo. Alam ni Alliah yan, being an accounting student, no? Oo, pero kung yung pinaka-simple talaga is basta may record ka ng sales, basta may record ka ng expenses, more or less you're good na as to accounting.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Partner Dr. D, may question ka pa?
I'm good na, partner.
I'm good na. Okay. So Chris Taker, you have a question for Gina?
Right. Yes, thank you so much again for that wonderful presentation. I can really say that you are a business with a heart, with a purpose and compassion. And specifically, my background is I actually won the Best Advocacy Award for my work with Indigenous mothers in creating sustainable, eco-friendly businesses, like creating charcoal from coconut husks instead of breathing trees. And I'm actually a member of that tribe, the Agta Tabangnon tribe of Pilar Sorsogon, and I just have a question of advice from your perspective as someone who has worked with Gawad Kalinga, your inception, and just continuing to serve our communities. What advice would you give to Indigenous tribes trying to scale up their businesses in the future?
Thank you. No, I think from our experience, so from my personal experience, growing a business is really about working together with other people. No, I think it will be hard to talk about scale and to talk about growth if you don't have the right people and then the right network also in your business. So for those who are really living in the far flung areas, for indigenous communities, it's really important no to work work with organizations and people like you, like Chris Taker, who genuinely wants to work with them to grow a business or to create livelihood. So it's really about collaboration. It's about partnership. No, ensuring also that the main parts of the business are working. So sales and marketing, operations, your finance and accounting. No, ensuring na yung mga tatlo na yun is covered. No, and ano naman, it's something naman na kayang-kayang gawin ng mga communities natin, no, as per our experience.
Thank you so much for that advice and that perspective. I really appreciate it.
All right. Do you still have any question, Chris Taker?
I think I'm okay for right now.
Okay.
I
All right.
was absorbing all the wonderful information.
All right. Thank you so much. How about you, Aliyah?
Ayan, ano po, ask ko lang po, kasi since, 'di ba, nagkaroon po ng pandemic. So,
Mhm.
maraming business na nagsasara, etong mga nakaraang buwan kasi hindi nila na-sustain yung kanilang business. So, as a startup business po, since 1 year pa lang din, gano'n po, paano po kayo naka-cope up dito sa pandemic nito since gano'n po, paano niyo po nasu-sustain 'yun?
Thank you. Oo, true. That's true. No, the pandemic has really uh caused a lot of struggle sa atin mga negosyo, no, ourselves and our clients also. No, we've seen then kung ano yung impact ng pandemic sa kanila. I think your mindset will really play a big part, no, in dealing with this with our current situation. With us kasi, no, the mindset that we have is really um, not to be greedy and taking only what is enough. No, I think if you have that, no, yung niisip mo is at this time we are on survival mode, eh. No, so if you're a business, no, if your mindset is you want to take only what is enough, no, what is enough for you, what is enough for your people, then it will be easier for you to cope with what's happening. So yun basically yung sa amin, no? We are not into times two revenue, times three revenue. Parang hindi na gano'n yung mindset mo, no? Your mindset now is, paano ko masu-sustain yung buong kumpanya? Paano mo masu-sustain yung mga empleyado mo? Paano mo in this next couple of months, ano ba talaga, magkano yung kailangan nila per month, no? As a person, no? Magkano yung kailangan nila at ng pamilya nila? Try to cover that baseline, no? Cover mo yan, and then tuloy-tuloy ka na from there, no? So financial planning also takes a very important role doon, eh, 'di ba? Kasi parang you'll have to know magkano yung gastos for the next couple of months until the end of December pa nga dapat, eh, no? Para alam mo magkano yung kailangan mong i-set aside, magkano yung kailangan mong i-raise. I hope I answered your question. Answer ko ba, Aliyah?
Yes po, thank you po.
All right. I think marami kami natutunan sa iyo, Gina. And I guess you can promote your enterprise to all our listeners globally. How can they reach you? What services do you provide? And magkano? Yan yung mga gandang tanong ng mga startup kapag ka nag-outsource. Eh. Go ahead,
Actually,
Gina.
oo nga eh. Sige, thank you. Thank you so much. So again, we are numbers that matter, no? And if you feel na you would want to work with us, no? If you feel na pareho tayo ng gustong gawin, no? We are also about building mga local businesses. We're about helping mga startups like Startup Nation, no, helping startups para lumago ang negosyo nila. So you can contact us through our social media platforms. So we are at Numbers That Matter PH. You can also visit our website. It's www.numbersthatmatterph.com. So services. So we do outsource services. We do anything about accounting and HR. We also do systems integration. So we really wanted na maayos yung mga proseso ng mga negosyo kasi minsan nasa proseso yung problema, no? At minsan kaya nang gawin ng negosyo yung kailangan na gawin as to accounting and HR. Kailangan lang nila ng sistema. No, so that is basically what we do. As to prices, you can visit our social media page, no, at Numbers That Matter PH yan. Again, para you can view the prices there. Very ano naman siya. Very transparent, no? Or you can always contact us if you want to know more about the company. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Thank you so
Maraming
much,
salamat
Gina.
po. Thank
And
you.
sobrang napasaya mo kami at marami kaming natutunan sa iyo ngayon. At sa mga nakikinig po sa amin ngayon, kami po ay magbe-break panandalian at wag po kayong aalis. Magbabalik po ang Startup Nation. Nowhere to go, but
But
up.
Narito na ang programang tutulong sa mga startups sa Pilipinas. Startup Nation. Magbibigay ng mga patnubay at gabay at magsisilbing tulay sa mga importanteng tao para ang isang startup ay magtagumpay. Startup Nation. Pinangungunahan ng mga taong puno ng karanasan sa mundo ng startup, akademya at negosyo. Winner B at Dr. D at ang mukha at boses ng mga millennial, si Chris Taker. Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Tuwing linggo, 10 a.m. Philippine Time. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy. The future of radio. This is your all hits, all Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
Nagbabalik po ang Startup Nation. Kamusta po uli kayo mga partners sa lahat ng mga startups at business students na nakikinig sa amin globally. Ayan, kami po ang Startup Nation. At today po, pinag-usapan natin ang topic na accounting and finance. Ay napakaganda pong topic nito para sa mga startups. Napaka-importante po niyan sa buhay natin. At kasama ko po muli, of course, ang aking partner si Dr. D, ang profesora ng mga startups, ang beauty and brain si Chris Tager, at ang ating student co-host from Chiang Kai-shek College, si Alliah Medallo. Ayan. Hello guys. Ang dami niyang natutunan. Tama ba? Kasi ako, ang dami kong natutunan today. Yes. Yes. Baka meron kayong gustong batiin, mga nakikinig sa atin. Let's start with partner Dr. D.
Okay, so I'd also like to say hi, of course, to the viewers of COVID Diaries, the Millennial Collaboration, because they are actually supporting Startup Nation and also doing a live stream with us every Sunday. So thank you very much for your support.
Okay, thank you, partner Dr. D. How about you, Chris Taker? Meron ka bang gustong i-announce?
Maligayang panonood, and I just want to say a very happy Pride Month for everyone. It's the last Sunday, and I had a great time learning so much today. And again, welcome and happy Pride Month to all our listeners all around the world.
Thank you, Chris Taker. How about you, Aliyah?
Ayan,
May gusto ka
gusto ko
bang
lang po
batiin?
gusto ko lang po mag-thank you para sa opportunity na to. Kasi po, marami po ako natutunan sa lalo na sa mga
Okay.
guests.
Okay. Ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong lahat at gusto ko pong of course pasalamatan ng ating mga naging guests today, si Katherine and si Gina. Marami po kami na pulot sa inyo. Maraming salamat. At ang susunod na episode po ng Startup Nation ay episode 10. We will be talking about human resources. Ayan, partners. Human resources. Magandang usapin yan dahil again, importante yan sa buhay startup na kino-consider natin ang mga bagay-bagay concerning our people or team. No? Team may not only mean employees, it may also mean partners and customers. So, ang ating human resources ay tinatawag nating greatest asset. Diba? So napaka-importante na ito ay ating din pag-usapan sa life cycle ng startup. Okay? So dahil gaya ng mga episode natin at kinakapos tayo sa oras dahil sa ganda ng ating mga discussion, pero kahit po tapos na ang ating episode ngayon, maaari niyo pa rin po kami makontak sa aming mga platforms kagaya ng aming Facebook page, YouTube channel. So patuloy po kayong sumubaybay. So dito po nagtatapos ang aming programang Startup Nation. Muli po, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga tagapakinig at taga-subaybay namin sa buong mundo. And we are inviting you to follow us on our Facebook page and subscribe with us in our YouTube channel. Marami po kayong matututunan dito sa mundo ng startup. Again, this is Winner B reminding you not to be afraid to take risks in your life. If you win, you can lead. If you lose, you can guide. Ito po ang Startup Nation at lagi namin sinisigaw, nowhere to go but up.
Narito na ang programang tutulong sa mga startups sa Pilipinas. Startup Nation. Magbibigay ng mga patnubay at gabay at magsisilbing tulay sa mga importanteng tao para ang isang startup ay magtagumpay. Startup Nation. Pinangungunahan ng mga taong puno ng karanasan sa mundo ng startup, akademya at negosyo. Winner B at Dr. D at ang muka at boses ng mga millennials, si Chris Taker. Startup Nation. Startup Nation. Tuwing linggo, 10 a.m. Philippine Time. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy. The future of radio. This is your all-hits, all-Pinoy internet radio station. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapa